Good afternoon, villagers. How are you doing? This is Arnie with Pepper Tree Villa, and it's time for your daily dose of Disney. I hope you're having a great day. Oh, Doug, you're feeling well? Just my hands and feet are cold today. Well, it is a bit chilly out there. I went out to drop something off in my car, and it was actually pretty cold. I went out without a little sweatshirt on, and just my long sleeve shirt and my polo that I'm wearing, and it was cold. So, hey, Danny. Danny, are you going live tonight? Can you let me know that, please? That'd be awesome. Pam's fam, good to see you. Hello, Dina the cat. Pato, how are you doing? It is great to see you. It is January 8th, 2020. Oh, okay. Thank you, Danny. Thank you so much. Okay. It is time for your Daily Dose of Disney for January 8th, 2020. And right now I'm looking at the year 1956. Samantha, hello there. How are you? Arjans, hello. Great to see you. So Disneyland had this thing at their park, and hello, T. Marie Photography, hello, and Mike Wheeler, good to see you. Disneyland had this thing called the Mickey Mouse Club Circus. It was, if you're looking at Disneyland as it is right now, the way it is, the tent for the circus was in the place where you would find, if you're walking from the Matterhorn to It's a Small World, it would be off to the right-hand side. That's where the circus tent was in Fantasyland. But it was called the Mickey Mouse Circus, and it was there in November of 1955, and it started. The Orlando guy. Thank you for dropping that link, Pam. I'm eating, but watching the chat. Thanks, Cynthia. Good to see you, Candy Mom. So, the Mickey Mouse Club Circus in 1955. It opened in November, but then closed very quickly in January 1956 due to poor attendance. Now, the circus, the average attraction at Disneyland is not, this long. The circus was 75 minutes long, and it had poor attendance. Hello, how you doing, Carlos? Good to see you. And it was the first major addition to Disneyland after the park opened. It didn't last long, just 2 months. So it's not surprising. Hello, Ben. Good to see you. It is not surprising that happened, though. A 75-minute show, a circus, it's not going to have a lot of repeatability, I'm sure. Hello, Noah. Thank you. And yeah, Doug, I think it was tacky as well. Kind of a tent kind of thing. Anyway, Disneyland was always one to constantly change. Disneyland has always changed. There's been a lot of change there. As a matter of fact, in 1962, on this day, they closed a restaurant in Frontierland. It was called the Chicken Plantation Restaurant. They served fried chicken, and it was sponsored by a company called Swift, which they do meats and things like that. But it was closed not because the restaurant was having a problem or anything. Hello, Desert Dream. Good to see you. But it's because they were starting to do a new expansion for the park, and that area, they needed that. So, hello, Leanne. At this point, it was New Orleans Square that they were going to open. So, in 1962, they closed the restaurant so they could tear down the building and start the expansion that's known as New Orleans Square. I think it was a fair trade-off. Fried chicken, we now have at the Plaza Inn, which is absolutely delicious. I love the fried chicken there at Disneyland. We had that conversation yesterday, I believe, about fried chicken. Chicken. Anyway, 1981, a gentleman by the name of Gert Shelvis, Kelly of the Mickey Bunch. Great to see you. Thank you for joining. Gert Shelvis became the 200 millionth guest of Disneyland. Donna Jaworski, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. It's always great to see everyone here. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. So yeah, in 1981, the 200 millionth guest walked through the gates of Disneyland. And then in 1987, they had a little party kind of thing in Tomorrowland. From 7 p.m. until midnight, this was like a soft opening because the next day a new attraction was being added to Disneyland's Tomorrowland. Hey, howdy, hey, peeps. How you doing, Richard, the Orlando guy? Thanks for being here. 1987 was the opening of Star Tours, and it's going to open not today on this day, but they had an opening kind of a launch party. So it was 1987 Star Tours. Man, so 200 million people had entered Disneyland as of 1981. 23 years later, 2004, Disneyland welcomed its 500 millionth guest, a gentleman by the name of Bill Trow from Australia, and he was there with his family. So that's pretty cool. And of course, at this time, they're also doing, in my history, I also showed a lot of things about the RunDisney events that are going, the marathon, the 5K, the 10K. All of these are going on actually right now, this week. Walt Disney World is doing RunDisney. And apparently there's a new page, a new site opened for RunDisney where you can actually join. Found out my license is expired and need to renew with a real ID so I can fly to get on my birth certificate. You know what? You're right. You need your real ID to fly. Hello, Kay Atwood. How you doing? Good to see you. So yeah, 500 million people had gone through the gates by 2004. That number is obviously a couple hundred million more since then, but yeah, they seem to add at least 10 to 13 million people every year at Disneyland for attendance. That's a lot of people in such a small park. 2007, Disney relaunched. They did a whole revamp and they launched a new website to Disney.com in 2007 at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. Now, that Consumer Electronics Show is going on. It has been going on. Let's see. Yes, Leanne, I'm really enjoying having my little brothers and little sister Meg here. Oh, good, Donna. Oh, that's good, Donna. I'm so glad you're happy about that. That's great. I can't wait to be there with you. I wish it was right now, but oh well. Such is life. So, 2012. In 2012, Disney Cruise Line's newest ship, the Disney Fantasy, left a dock in Germany for the very first time, and it slowly floated out of the building into the harbor for a few tests and will be delivered to Disney Cruise Line on February 9th. 2012, that ship has been on the water now for 8 years already. Man, time flies. Cannot believe that. And finally, I have some news here. Well, not news. It's from 2 years ago. 2018. Disneyland Paris, Phantom Manor closed for refurbishment. And it was down for a long time. It finally reopened very recently. And it's apparently very well received. People really seem to enjoy Phantom Manor. Now, when I was there in 1999 at Disneyland Paris, I loved Phantom Manor. Much darker than the Haunted Mansion here at Disneyland. It really is. Of course, it's the same at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom, or essentially the same. Also in 2018, on this day, half of Paradise Pier at California Adventure closed. They were starting the whole revamp of instead of being called Paradise Pier, it's going to become Pixar Pier. And so they closed half of it to do the whole rehab, and they closed California Screamin so that they could transform it into the Incredicoaster, which I must say, Doug went on Incredicoaster. He had not been on California Screamin since before the park opened. He was there for a cast member preview, not cast member, but for a pass holder preview. And I guess he went on it at that point. And he didn't like it. Did not like it at all. But after going on the Incredicoaster, he loves it. Now it's like one of his favorite rides. The only thing that changed was the overlay. But I guess the fact that there's a story and characters and things to look at just takes your mind off the ride itself so that you can enjoy the story. And while the story may go by very quickly, it's thoroughly enjoyable. Yeah. I mean, how can you not like Jack doing it? Yeah, I want to go on it at night too. Apparently it's even better at night. Also that they closed, now here's something. Disney's California Adventure opened in 2001. Jim of More Sunshine, please. Season's greetings. How are you, Jim? Good to see you. Mickey's Fun Wheel opened sometime mid-decade of the 2010s or so. It opened. They reskinned it. It was originally part of Paradise Pier as the Sun Wheel. And I remember one particular person, I think it was Ward Kimball, or one of the original 9 Old Men, one of the older Imagineers, saw the model of California Adventure and saw the Sun Wheel, said, a Ferris wheel? Walt would have hated that. So it's still there, but it's already gone through 2 different name changes. It started as a Sun Wheel, then went to Mickey's Fun Wheel, and they've utilized Mickey's face a lot in World of Color. Yep, you're right. You're right, Richard. Walt still hates it. But so it went from the Sun Wheel to Mickey's Fun Wheel, and now it's called Pixar Pal Around. It's still a Ferris wheel. That's all I have for history. Let me go ahead and say a couple of things of what's going to be happening tonight. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Disney Nerd Herders will be going live with the Not Ready for Primetime Players at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. But the one that I want to mention specifically is, there it is, DNG Explores. DNG is going live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and Ben is going to be joining them in a chat. And they're going to be discussing Disneyland and everything that's coming in 2020. So, Mickey Bunch, yes, it is. You just have to be careful of which cars you go on, because Mickey's Fun Wheel, Pixar Pal Around, the Sun Wheel, whatever you want to call it, some of the cars are stationary, some of the cars are not. So it can be a little hairy at times. But anyway, tonight, DNG Explores is going on at 8 p.m. on their channel, and Ben will be joining them, and they're going to be discussing Disneyland tonight. So I'd like to thank, actually, I see DNG here. I've seen 2 Real Geeks. I'd like to thank them as well as Rob Fuzz and also the Orlando guy. Our support channels are fantastic. Go check them out. And if you have not yet, please subscribe to them. They're lots of fun, and they put out nice content, just like we try to do ourselves. Yeah, that Fun Wheel is great with gravity because it does move quite a bit. Wow. Everyone, thank you so much for joining me today for this edition. Oh, one more thing. Dean of the Live Place, he had a show last night. I've got to go check it out. And Donna, thank you so much for dropping that link. That's the next thing I'm going to be mentioning. Dean of the Live Place went live with a video last night. He did his Capcom series, which was wonderful, lots of fun. Of course, DNG anytime. So he did a show, but he also has his website, theliveplace.com, where he hosts all of our channels. So we have to see, so PTV needs a surprise stream tonight with a tree breakdown update. Oh my goodness, Richard. Oh, we really appreciate that. I don't know that we're going to be able to do that. I know Ben's going to be recording. He's doing some pickup video for his video, which is going live tomorrow morning at 10 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. He is handling his episode of Life with Ben, where he's going to be introducing his ornament contest. Count the number of ornaments on his tree, and once you do that, put in a guess. The way he's going to explain it is in the video, so you'll have to watch the video to understand how to enter the contest to win a Christmas ornament from PTV. And that's right, Ben is going to be live tonight with DNG Explores. And one more thing, we have a t-shirt shop open where you can pick up your Lofi t-shirts. That's right, Lofi the Snowman is now featured on our t-shirts. So go check it out at shop.spreadshirt.com/peppertreevilla. Donna dropped the link in the chat earlier. I really appreciate that, Donna. But go check it out. You'll see what's going on with t-shirts. And Doug is working on other designs as well. So loafers and scarves. Thanks, Richard. Doug is working on some other t-shirt designs, so go check them out. Check back frequently. If you go right now, check it out. There are some instructions of how to save 15% on your purchase, and it's only going to be for about another week. So make sure you go in there and buy those t-shirts now before the coupon goes away. Again, that's 15% off your purchase of a Lofi t-shirt at Pepper Tree Villa's Spreadshirt shop. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here for this edition of the Daily Dose of Disney. I've been Arnie. You've been watching Pepper Tree Villa. And we'll be back tomorrow with another edition of the Daily Dose, as well as Life with Ben at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning Eastern Time. Everyone, have a magical evening and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow with another edition of the Daily Dose of Disney. Bye, everyone.